Hello everyone, and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. In today's video, I will be taking you up here on the staircase landing and decorating for the very first time since we have been living here for 2 years now. So there's going to be many embellishments, wall embellishments that are going to be added that are going to just fit in perfectly with my French country fairy tale theme. I apologize for not I'm a little bit off schedule here with my video recording, and that is because of the bat we had in the house. So my daughter London called us up. My husband and I are out on a date, and she says, "Mom, bit of a problem here at the house. I'm sitting here watching TV and there's a bat in the house." So we were up until like 4 o'clock in the morning getting this bat out of the house. So, and it turned out to be a large Virginia bat. So anyways, bats are gone. We're good to go. We're here to decorate. Remember to give the likes, the thumbs up. It really helps. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, so we have quite a bit of wall space going on up here. It's been bare for a few years now. And I'm going to be adding a few things on it today. This is the old, well, it's a reproduction, a spinning wheel. And right here on the wall, I'm kind of wonky over here, is this little doohickey. Never did figure out what this was all about. Okay, so this is funny. See this right here? So my husband came up here and look what he did. He pulled this off. Look, it's an electrical outlet the whole time. I had an electrical outlet up here, and I was just telling him we need to call our electricians to get some plugs placed in up here because it's so dark. So the whole time this was an electrical outlet. I plugged in the lamp and it actually works. I'm so thrilled over here because now I get to add lighting into my decorating. My husband, he's just the best. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this, it's like an amber colored vase that was purchased from Home Goods a few years back. I didn't work with it last year and I missed not working with it. So I told myself that I was going to make sure to put something in it this year. And I have quite a bit of dry florals to work with. And I purchased many of them, some blueberries here. And I purchased many of them from Home Goods or Marshall's or TJ Maxx, even Michael's. But the blueberries just, they just work gorgeously with all the dried florals. And I might use these, I'm not sure. They were on a stem and I just broke off little pieces. I believe it was last year when I was decorating with them. And then some faux, because I like mixing my faux with the dried. So I made sure to place some moss in the bottom of the vase and to help hide the stems, right? And then I just put a hole right there in the center for this blueberry stem. And I'm just adding one. And again, that blue color just goes perfectly with the amber. Now to start working with, and this is just a mixture of many different dried branches. Many of us can actually just go out in our yards and find these. I'm going to start working in the back, so I will be placing my larger branches in first in the back. And if these are stored correctly, they can last for many years. You don't have to throw them out at the end of the season. Here's a little different variety here. Just gonna tuck it in and then pull it apart the best that I can. So again, what we're doing is we're adding the height in the back of the arrangement first. You know, many times when we are putting together a floral arrangement, we try to have like a focal point, you know, a certain focal point within the arrangement. And I'm not necessarily doing that today. It's just the whole arrangement is just going to be the focal point. It's just going to have all the dried fall goodness all throughout the arrangement. Now, as I'm working with this, you will see me weaving the berries through here and there because I just don't want them to stay concentrated in one spot. Okay, so I have the majority in the back. I added a little spray off to the side just because I wanted one. I did use a little bit of, you know, the triangle shaping that I like to do when working with floral arrangements. And as you can see in the triangle, I used different floral. They do not all have to be the same. You don't have to, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to stick to rules when it comes to making something that you absolutely love. If you love it, you're right on target. And that's just it. Simple as that. So I wanted a little spray off to the side. And those of you that like form, you're probably going, well, but why? Again, it's simple. Do what makes your heart happy. And this is what makes my heart happy. Okay? So now I will be adding in smaller pieces all about within the arrangement. And again, you know, I really, you know, would like to, you know, kind of stress this a little bit, just because when you start purchasing quite a bit of dried florals, you know, the prices, it starts to adding up because many of them, well, I know when I purchase these in bunches, I'm not remembering the price, but I know it's close to the $20 range. And when you're buying many $20, it really starts adding up. So what I like to do is just get a long box, or you can use a storage bin and just place them in there on top of one another, but don't press them down. Just place it there and then put the lid on. Don't try to like cram them all in there and smash them up. Because then they're not going to last very long. So as you see, the little spray is just coming off the side. And I'm going to continue to weave my berries through. And as you work with an arrangement, make sure to stand back. Stand back, take a look at it from the front, from the left to the right. And you're going to see little empty spots, and then you just go and place in more branches. We have the gorgeous the greens going on here, and the yellows and some oranges, and of course the blues. Now when I placed this in, I went, okay, well, it's just not the style that I'm going for. These are a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, you see a lot of these in the boho decorating going on right now. But I decided I wanted to add in some faux. These were purchased from the Minuteman Mini Mall in Culpeper, Virginia. And I am just going to pull them apart, all the different stems, and I'm going to place them all around the bottom, because this helps, it helps to not only fill it in, but it gives the arrangement a nice transition. If these were not here, it would just be tall floral sticking up, and I personally don't care for that. I like for things to blend. So by adding in just these 3 picks, I believe I have achieved that. It just flows well. Now I'm just going to add in some larger leaves here and just place them here and there. And when you work with these, you know, the branches, they like to break a little bit here and there, and that's okay. And as you see, when I place this in, I make sure to weave it in to the faux florals, because you want to keep it looking natural. Now, I wish I was fortunate to have all of this in my yard, but unfortunately I do not. But it would be a fun trip out with the children and get a couple gathering baskets, you know, maybe pack a little snack and go out with the children and gather all the different leaves out there. Of course, mine are all grown now. Maybe even come back and do a project with some of the items that you have gathered. I absolutely just am loving this arrangement. Now I kept this piece out right here because I plan on weaving it through and pulling it down, because I just wanted a little bit of a berry cluster coming down on top of the vase. Now I normally I let the video go, you know, quite quickly when I'm making these arrangements. I just thought, since this was my first one and I'm working with, see, look, the more you put in, the tougher it gets. We have a broken branch, no worries. Just place it on in there. But I just wanted to give a really good tutorial just and how I see things when I'm building an arrangement. And I hope it helped. And now I believe I am absolutely happy with this. And there is no need, yes, I'm saying it, no need for moss. Okay, so here we are up at the top of the staircase. I just have dust everywhere from hanging the shelf and the mirror. The shelf was purchased many years ago from a storefront in California, and the mirror is actually in my Amazon storefront. The embossing on the shelf and the mirror goes absolutely perfectly with my fairy tale theme that I have going on. And I like the mixture of the French country with the fairy tale, and it's almost like these pieces were made to go right here in this spot. And don't worry about the walls right now. They will be getting repainted, but just not right now. I just, no brush in my hand right now. I have my cord plugged in. As you can see, I'm going to start here in the window because I have electricity. And I decided to place my vase right here, but it actually, you'll see, it moves because it had to move over. I would have loved for it just to stay right there in the center and just have that vase right there, but it had to move. And I love the reflection. You know, again, it's all about the reflection out of our mirrors, right? Have a little bit of garland down on the shelf. And I put my spinning wheel up in the window. I do not remember where I purchased this garland from. I know in a previous fall video it's there. I added in some old books. There's just a little bit of jute string wrapped around them. Gives that nice fairy tale feel, yet staying in with the French country. And then I placed in my little lamp that was just recently thrifted. I just shared this in a fall decorating haul. If you have not seen that, I believe it's just one video back. And I'll link it at the end of this video. Okay, so the spinning wheel is still there. It's going to be moving because I forgot about something I will be doing with that piece, so it had to move. And I had this painted for me from, there's a woman that actually does painting at the Mini Mall, and she does fabulous work that was painted on top of an old potato sack. In the garland, I decided to add in some glittery Cinderella pumpkins, a few of them. These were, I always forget the name of the store. They actually went out of business. I was so sad. But they're my little Cinderella pumpkins, and then I have a primitive pumpkin, and inside the lamp I put in some apple spice potpourri. And because I had to move the spinning wheel and something else, you will see it in a closer look, I had to move my floral arrangement to the side, and I added in an antique lamp and a pumpkin form that is very, very fairy tale. And I believe I found that at Ross. Well, okay, here, I'm giving you a little teaser here, I guess. Here, I actually added in my Swiss ivy plant to the top from the ceiling to warm things up. And as you can see, I still have quite a bit of wall. And I think what I will be doing in the future is adding in more fairy tale prints. So don't forget to hit that like button if you've made it this far.